them, measure us by what they will. We'll measure them.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first public scheduled live stream to announce our 2019 Halloween show. My name is Monty. I'm the master of the Revels for the Rude Grooms, and I'm so excited to have you watching here today. So, unfortunately, tonight, all you get is this face. Our patrons who support us on Patreon got an early announcement of the show on Sunday with the much better face of Daniel Kemper. And at the end of this video, I'll show you a little bit of the fun that ensued on Sunday. So if you're interested in getting early sneak peeks and way better faces, please do consider joining us on Patreon with a contribution starting at $4 a month. You can also support us on Fractured Atlas, which was a tax-deductible donation through their amazing fiscal sponsorship program. So we, this year, are going to continue a really fun tradition that we started last year with a production of The Witch of Edmonton. And The Witch of Edmonton was led by actor-manager Kate Pitt, who is a dear friend of the company, and did a fantastic job. Such a fantastic job, in fact, that it was an oversold run. And so this year, in order to accommodate that demand, we're expanding the show, and we're continuing to do that with our partners. So last year, we begun at our friends the Plaxall Gallery, where if you've seen any of our shows, you very well may have seen a show here at Plaxall. This is run by the Long Island City artists who are a producing partner with us and have been incredible hosts and collaborators and partners for all of our programming. It is an extraordinary 12,000 square foot art gallery. And as we did last year with The Witch of Edmonton, this year we're going to move through the gallery, moving you around. So we have tickets that start at $10, which are standing tickets, groundling tickets, and then they go up from there for reserved seats. But please do note that there will be parts of this show where the whole audience is going to need to be moving and or standing to get the full experience. So if you have any accessibility needs, please do reach out and let us know. And then we will also be back at the Astorian, which is an extraordinary speakeasy style gastropub and craft house. We'll be upstairs in their beautiful studio bar, which you can see here. And this experience will be quite different from what happens at Plaxall. It'll be really, really, really intimate. So as you can see, it is a beautiful environment where everyone is front and center. It's a really, really exciting place. And as with Plaxall, we will be adding additional performances at this venue as well. And on top of all of that, we have a really exciting announcement before we make the most exciting announcement, which is, of course, the name of the play that we're doing for Halloween. But we can't just come out and give you that right away. What fun would that be? Though I will say, if you're keen and if you're watching over my shoulder, if you're a fan of old BBC 70s adaptations, you might already know what we're doing. But the pre-big announcement of the Ginormo announcement is that this year we are adding a special encore private performance at a venue that is one of my favorite spots in all of New York, and frankly, in all of theater history. It is the Players NYC. The Players Club has been around for well over 100 years. It was founded and is in the home of Edwin Booth, the 19th century's most celebrated actor. And it is just an absolutely extraordinary place and an extraordinary community. And we are so honored that we get to come in and do a private performance for members and their guests. That will be on November 1st. So if you are not a member and don't know a member, go out and find one, because it's going to be so exciting to do a site-specific immersive version of this show, whose name you shall learn momentarily at the Players. It's really one of the most exciting developments, in my opinion, that we've had as a company so far. So if you are able to, try and make it for that show, as well as one at the Astorian, and as well as one at the Plaxall Gallery, because this show, as with all of our shows that move venues, but I would say particularly our Halloween show, it is going to be a raucously different experience every time. And particularly from venue to venue, it's going to be a completely different monster, which is the most exciting thing about this slot. And with that said, I suppose perhaps it's time to tell you that we are doing The Changeling by Thomas Middleton and William Rowley. And we're going to have our first preview on October 24th. Opening night then comes on the 25th. We are at the Astorian. The 24th is a Thursday, 25th is a Friday. We're also there on the 26th. All those shows are at 7:30. Then the following Monday, we will head over to the Plaxall Gallery, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The 28th, 29th, and 30th at the Plaxall Gallery at 7:30. And then on October 31st, the good old Halloween itself, we will do not just a 7:30 p.m. performance, but also we're adding a special 10 p.m. Moonlight Matinee on Halloween. And for all of these performances, we really encourage costumes and participation, especially the Halloween shows. This is with all of our work, we love to incorporate you as much as possible, and with this show, you can really get in on the fun. So The Changeling is really widely celebrated as one of the absolute greatest tragedies, tragicomedies, really, of the Jacobean stage. For a little tidbit, it has been called by I have my notes here. Where are my notes? Oh God! The Independent called it the best Jacobean tragedy outside of Shakespeare, and The Guardian has called it a grisly masterpiece. If you're not familiar with the play, in short, the main story revolves around a young woman who meets a new young man after becoming engaged to someone else and plots to murder him. And the instrument that she chooses for this is a servant who she hates and detests. The sight of him sickens her. And through the events that ensue from here, it is a horrifying, brutal snowball of horrors and events. And our version of presenting The Changeling is looking at The Changeling as a ghost story, framing the whole play. There are ghosts that are already distinctly in the text as written, and we're doubling down on that and really upping the ante of how do our evils grow and become monsters, and then how do the effects of those actions and that evil, how does that reverberate in the world long after it's gone? It is a play that if you are a fan of this period, and have not seen it and don't know it, you have to. It's extraordinary. And if you're not, if you're one of our audience members who's kind of newer to this era of playwriting, this is one that you definitely don't want to miss, because the writing that these two playwrights do, Middleton and Rowley, is so accessible, so contemporary, and it is the darkest of comedies. There will be so much fun to be had and so many jaws to drop and so much blood to be spilt. So if you are looking for something really unique and really fun to do this Halloween, I really, really, really hope that you will consider joining us at one of our 3 venues for this production of The Changeling. And now, as I promised you, the webcast with the far superior-faced Daniel Kemper and I on Sunday was exclusively for patrons. You can go view the whole thing on Patreon if you decide to become a supporter. But I do want to give you just a little bit of a snippet, just so that you can see how infinitely better that was than this horror that you're experiencing right now. So I'm going to play just a little bit of fun that happened when Daniel and I announced the show in a, shall we say, unexpected manner. I think it's fair enough to say that it was a little unexpected.
Murder and cut off fingers and dismember and set people on fire in the same space where Mark Twain used to play some gin rummy.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to do that?
No one that is a fan of our company.
Exactly.
And also,
Yeah.
just speaking. So okay, so that's pretty interesting. So what the play that we're doing has fingers cut off and burning alive.
There's dismemberment
Oh.
and maiming.
Oh, good. Excellent.
There's a madhouse.
Yes.
Let's see. There is a castle fire where there may or may not be an immolation. I don't know. You'll have to see the show. There might also be... Is there a murder basement?
Oh yeah.
There's a murder basement.
There's
Like-
murder basements in all of our places.
Well, actually, I mean, this is a castle, so it would technically be a murder cellar.
That's
would it
true.
not?
That's
yeah.
fair.
So it's a murder cellar because we're in a castle, not a mid-century modern 3-bedroom house. But yes, it is all kinds of spooky. It is all kinds of creepy. There are all kinds of twists and turns. I actually love, one of my favorite things about the show is like the way that the tone is set right from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like the show opens on a ship in the middle of the ocean during the literal fog of night. And right from page 1, or at least that's how I imagine it in my head. But it's like right from page 1, they set the tone that there's going to be something ominous, that something is afoot. And it just continues from there. I think that's one of my favorite things about The Changeling, is it just...
and he just dropped it.
Oh, no!
We are doing The Changeling by Thomas Middleton and William Rowley. we were building. I hope you caught it. If you didn't, now you see it. We have to build all that tension just so that we can slip it in when you least expect it.
Yeah. It gets really quiet, and then boom, it gets loud again. It's like a Pixie song.
That's right.
Yeah. So...
And there you have it, just a little bit of a taste of what you missed. So, now that we have shared with you the joyous news of The Changeling, wait for it. Right now, tickets are now available on our website, rudegrooms.com. There's also, if you want to brush up on the show before you come and see it, as I hinted earlier, there is a... really interesting version of this play filmed by the BBC in 1974 with Helen Mirren and Brian Cox. So if you want a little bit of Jacobean pre-gaming, pop after this video, do a little YouTube search for Changeling BBC, and you can get a little head start on what to expect. Oh, yeah. You get an announcement and a show. So that is really all of the news that I have for you on this 2019 production of The Changeling. Tickets, the groundling tickets, which as I said are the standing tickets, and those are available at both the Astorian and at Plaxall Gallery. Those are just $10. We also have reserved stools and or VIP seats at the Astorian, and those range from $15 to $35. At the highest level, those VIP seats, you are sitting right up in the middle of the action in incredibly comfortable chairs, because let me tell you, the studio bar is just the greatest. And you also get early access to the space. So we encourage everyone to come, and throughout the show, the bar is open, the kitchen is open. Order drinks, order food. But if you want to come and have a meal before the show starts, the best way to do that is at the $35 VIP level. And during that early access time, we're also going to curate just a few little fun surprises of pre-show entertainment, and those will probably be different every night. So if you want a little more of our insanity and a little bit of some tasty, tasty munchies from the Astorian, and maybe a couple extra cocktails before the show, definitely consider getting those VIP tickets. And then at the Plaxall Gallery, we're also going to have the $10 groundling tickets. And then we also have a couple of different seat types. You can have just a reserved seat, or you can get a VIP reserved seat. And that's kind of the same deal as at the Astorian. So with the VIP, you'll get early access to the part of the gallery where the show begins, and a few fun pre-show performance surprises for you back there. And you'll get to enjoy the entirety of the Plaxall Gallery at that time. We do have an extraordinary cast and creative team that is almost done, so look for that announcement coming soon. And there is one particular element that I'm very excited about that will be kicking the show off every night. So we're trying to bust out all them surprises for you this year, and we really, really hope that we will see you there. So on top of all of those ticket prices, and we try to keep it accessible, particularly with the $10 groundling admission. It's really important to us that these shows don't just come out into cool venues that are in our neighborhoods, but also are shows that people can actually afford to see. And if you are a fan of our work and want to support us and do decide to join us on Patreon, all Patreon folks get additional discounts on tickets and company merchandise. And those discounts range from 10 to 25% depending on your level. So if you would like to make a further commitment to us, please do consider joining us in that way. Patreon.com/rudegrooms. And also, you can make, as I said earlier, a tax-deductible contribution on Fractured Atlas. And you can do that just by going to our website, rudegrooms.com, and just under this video and the ticket link is a link to Patreon and a link to Fractured Atlas. And you can also click right below this and subscribe to our channel. You can like this video. You can share this through all them interwebs and bring a group of friends to come and see The Changeling. It's going to be so much fun, and I'm very excited to share with you in the coming days the totally mad, glorious artists that we have somehow tricked into going on this madhouse hell ride, The Changeling, with us. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you at The Changeling. Previews start October 24th, and we go through October 31st for public performances. But if you got a special in at Players NYC, we'll see you there on November 1st. So yes, thank you again. Please share this info, and we will see you in hell.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Talk of these sad things. Go hence, have no more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished, for never was a story of more